Ready. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we bring you week 11 of the iRacing official Supercars Series and the European Friday night Strength of Field race from Sebring. In the booth with me, as usual, I have Princess Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everybody.
I have Holy Mackerel, Bill Switzer. Good evening.
Good evening, fun seekers.
And doing the cameras and all the magic you see on your screen is Mr. Sam Boozin. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Friday night your ISRF race.
So as you can tell, Sam has got a new job that involves telephone sex. So he's trying it all out on you. So, gents, we are back at Sebring again. We should know this track pretty well by now, but as I always say, and you guys tend to agree with me, it is a track, Pete, that can provide some absolutely fantastic racing.
It's this car and this track though don't quite go together. As you'll probably remember from when we did drive this car, it doesn't react well to bumpy tracks, does it? Because as soon as the tyres leave the track, you get wheel spin. And it's a bit of a handful around here, it has to be said. So whilst I love the track and it always leads to brilliant racing, the car is a massive handful around here.
Yeah, it certainly is. Like you say, especially round sunset, massive bumps. Last time we was here, we obviously talked about the different parts that are, some are tarmac, some are pavement, some is just plain concrete, and yeah, these cars don't like changing direction at the best of times, especially when there's also a change of surface. Before I get to you, Bill, just some shout outs to the people on the chat so far. So McB952, for the life of me I can't remember who that is, but good evening anyway. Evening to Tyler Newitt, who's got a really poor excuse for not racing because of Thanksgiving. Who else have we got? John Redwine, good evening. Ben Cullen is chatting as usual. Nikolai Bogatyrev, Jeremy Rogers. So, yes, good evening to everybody on the chat. Bill, so your local track, we'll call it. You gave us some very good insights into the track last week, having worked there. What do you think we're going to get tonight? We've got a 25 car field. We've got lots of drivers that we've not seen before. It's got disaster written all over it. But normally, if I think it's going to be bad, we end up with a really, really good race.
Well, it could be a mixed bag for sure. Pete mentioned it, and it's very true. You got a car that doesn't want to cooperate at the best of times, and this track is going to bring out all the problems that it has. However, I think it's a great track to have an event on for these cars. It'll be exciting as hell. I mean, they'll be all over the place. The guy that's smooth, the guy that can keep the wheels on the ground, is going to be the guy near the front. There's no question in my mind, and especially since it's got a spool rear end. Besides that even lets it light up better when it gets light on the back end. So I got to tell you, Sebring, other than elevation change, is a great track. It offers so much. As I said, you got different kinds of pavement. You got concrete. You've got blacktop, tarmac, whatever you call it in your part of the world, and just everything. And it really accentuates performances here. The guys that really can run smooth, not go off track. I mean, it's true with most tracks, I guess, but this one really, I mean, you get in trouble here, you're pretty much out of the game. So it's going to be fun to watch. I really have no idea what we're in store for, but I'm looking forward to finding out.
Yeah, and Pete, this is an ideal chance for a Wayne Sanderson, Brian Borg, Jamie Machado, Sam Devantier, just to name a few, to get a win under their belt, because there's no Tony Kloosterman. So Val has told him, leave that game alone, you are painting the house. Marco Namela is still suffering with his 105-year-old knee. Who else are we missing? Nicole Foggy, still getting over his
Piles.
severe case of the piles.
Yeah.
So tonight,
Johnny Brandon's too scared of losing his iRating.
yeah, he's a whore.
Yeah.
So there's some
funny.
names in there that I've just mentioned, plus your Vincent Skilbecks. We've currently got James Walker at the top of the pile. We are likely to see a new winner and somebody bag a big haul of points.
Definitely, and I don't know who that will be because we've got some new names in here that I've never seen before. And in this qualifying session, they're not Well, they're not in the upper end of the table. The names that we know are up in the upper end of the table. Brian Borg. Have we seen James Walker before?
I think we may have, yes.
And I think we just tripped out of qualifying and into race.
We have. I'm having a few issues with my stream at the moment.
I am also having the same.
All right. Who qualified first is James Walker from Canada. Brian Borg in second. Wayne Sanderson qualified third. Good for you, Wayne. Fourth, Jamie Machado. Fifth is Dennis Fedorov. Sixth is Vincent Skilbeck. Seventh, Marcus Blitz. Eighth, Sam Deventier. Ninth, Richard Tam. 10th, Marco Lewert. 11th, Ant Woodward. 12th, Gary Craig. Gary showed up. Good for you, Gary. 13th, Tommy Toe. Sorry, Tammy. Tommy, whatever. I'm sorry, Tommy. 14th, Ian Malone. 15th, Andrew Hoffman. 16th, Michael Campbell. 17th, Ivan Baumans. 18th is Braden Sugasser. 19th, Jason Lashua. 20th is Igor Zavitskasi. 21 is Ben Cullen. 22nd is BJ Tidrick. 23rd is Lewis Woodall. 24th, Justin Webb. And 25th is Ryan Sampsell. That's the
well done, Bill. Well done.
I'm glad Bill's here.
So am I.
My stream's just caught up that second that Bill stopped talking. Right, so honestly I was laughing so hard a little bit of wee came out.
Yeah, I missed on the chat. Elvis has joined us, Stacey has joined us.
Yeah. She's Team Sanderson or Saunderson as she's written.
Yeah.
Never mind.
She's got dodgy fingers, that's what it is, trying to type on her phone.
We have a. Oh, they got to go all the way around.
Lights are coming on.
No, that's right. We don't have control of this one. That's right.
We're off. We are off. 24 laps to go.
Yeah, that's a good start from everyone.
Yep.
We are 12 wide.
Turn one. Wayne Sanderson's in third. I think Brian Borg.
Brian Borg.
He's wide.
Oh, Ivan's round. Little touch with Ben. I think Ben was innocent in that.
Marcus Blitz was involved in that also.
Somebody else
quickly
got off left. That was Jeremy Rogers, I believe.
I think Gary Craig just got a nudge from Marco Loer.
So it must have been Brian Borg that went wide then at turn at the exit turn one. Oh, this is getting messy.
Yeah.
That's a congested area right there.
Yeah, it's like watching 7-year-olds playing football at the minute. They're all in one place,
Yeah,
you know?
come on, boys, sort yourselves out. It's a 24-lap race.
Considering this is a long track, that's a lot of laps for here.
It is,
yeah. And just going back to the start, I'm sure Sam will show it at some point once it calms down. I think Brian Borg got the jump. Oh,
who was
Vincent's
that?
gone. That's Vincent.
So Vincent thinks it was someone else.
I think it was as well, just by the way his car suddenly jerked in one direction.
Okay. I didn't see the build up to it. He's got some sort of go-kart going on at the minute.
Yeah, he's got no front end, does he? Sorry, Bill.
That's okay. Here's the restart.
was a good launch from the first like 8 guys.
Yeah, Brian Borg was really doing well, and he got a little wide. I think he went out in the dirt here and kind of lost his momentum.
He's
Yeah,
very,
see, he's
very
wide.
wide.
He's off the track right there. Yep.
That promoted Wayne Sanderson up.
Which is fine. Yeah. At least that's one brave guy from XVR.
Fighting talk from Mr. Switzer.
Yeah. Hey.
A lot of light flashing going on at the moment. And that's Andrew Hoffman, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm watching a bit of a replay, I think.
Yeah. This.
Oh, that's Ivan Bauman's.
Oh, this is the
Ivan
first lap
Batman's.
incident. Yep.
Yeah. Ben
Doesn't
was
look like
nothing to do with that, actually.
Oh, Braden Sagassa has just gone round.
Where is he at? Oh, he's coming. Yeah, he's coming through the Florida bridge there. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Switch
Whoa,
there
baby. Yeah.
from and
Woodward.
I think.
Wow. Antler continued on. Wow.
My YouTube stream is still catching up all the time.
Yeah, I'm having technical issues as well with that.
It appears that accident with Ant and whoever the other person was, Vincent Skillback, somebody got into the back of him.
Yeah.
That was Vincent's first problem. That wasn't his last problem.
No, it wasn't.
This is
That put him back.
Well, we don't want to put the...
That is Fedorov.
Okay. We don't want to put the wheelie bins entry in the wheelie bins.
No, definitely.
Oh,
What's that?
Oh, baby, that was
that
a
Vincent?
side to
that's
side.
what finished him off. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a side to side. Yep.
So back live
What
now.
happened to him?
So that's
Might have got a
Andrew
slowdown.
Hoffman.
Looks like a slowdown. Oh, somebody's.
I think
spun in the
so
back
because Le Mans you can get a slowdown there. So that's Andrew Hoffman getting passed by Ben Cullen, and then whoa, late on the brakes or what?
I thought we were at Sebring.
What did I say? Oh, don't be silly. That's the name of the corner. Honestly, he has me going every time.
So there's Gary Craig. Gary Craig is currently in 7th, Pete. So
He's doing really well. There's a lot of people been shuffled behind him.
yeah, Marco Lewert's giving him the flash.
Dennis Fedorov, Sam Devantier, Vincent Skillbeck have all shuffled themselves backwards or been shuffled backwards, depends on your...
Vincent's in the pits, so that could be race over.
Right.
There's a lot of damage on that car, weren't there?
There was.
You know, Gary Craig's pretty impressive. Everything he's driven lately, he's done pretty well. I got to say, so far so good. He's doing great.
Yeah, he's a bit of a sandbagger, to be honest.
Well, sometimes you have to be. I can't do that, but that's a good thing to do sometimes.
Yeah.
This is a good battle. Lower and Zvedetsky.
We've moved to Brian Borg now.
I should have let Bill say that.
Yeah. Chasing Jamie Machado, and now we're on Wayne Sanderson here because he's caught James Walker.
Look at him go. Wow.
Woodward did just have an issue there.
Yeah, tyre off. Tyre off.
Oops.
That could have been. Oh, that could have been a lot worse.
That was
sure
a good
could've.
save. That was a good save.
All right.
There goes Wayne.
Challenge for the lead. That's out of Sunset, and Wayne's going to have to give best here.
Yeah.
And swap over. He should swap over. Yeah, there we go. Right, okay, and now late on the brakes. He can't get later than James Walker, but he can get a better track of it.
I think he's got it. No.
No, maybe not.
I was hoping I wasn't hoping.
Yeah,
It's a
no,
terrible
he's-
thing to say.
His next opportunity is into the hairpin, isn't it? He
I
needs
think so, yeah. This
good
is going to go on a
run.
while. Sorry, Clyde.
No, I was just saying, he needs a good run now, which he hasn't got.
He's a little far back at the moment. He's just collecting his thoughts for the next area that he can get by.
And like you say, Bill, you know, this isn't a sprint race, so it's not like he hasn't got plenty of time to do it. And they've got a fairly comfortable gap over Brian Borg in third, who doesn't seem to be able to assimilate them yet.
Yeah, they're fortunate. They're out in the fresh air away from all the kamikaze pilots behind them. So
you made a Star Trek pun there, and I was going to make a tennis pun because we had Brian Borg and Mr. Fedorov.
Come on, Pete, resistance is futile.
Oh dear. You watched far too much Star Trek, you geek. Right, so this is Marco Loer under pressure from a very, very forward-moving Igor Svodetsky. See what I did with that name? Nailed it.
that was very good.
If I had a microphone in my hand, I'd have dropped it.
And just going back to Brian Borg, if there was only 9 cars in the race and he was 7th, he would be 7 of 9.
That's terrible. You had to mathematically change all the dynamics of the race in order to achieve that.
I've been thinking about that for 10 minutes.
Elvis reckons Wayne's got this. So that's Wayne cursed. Thanks, Elvis.
Yeah. My money's on Brian Borg because I think he's got all the data.
Oh, you are terrible.
So this is what he's doing after his tennis career, huh? Wow.
Sam was slow there.
He was. He's got damage.
Evening to Lane on the chat, and he's finally woke up.
Yeah.
Good evening, Lane, my buddy.
Probably not Horlicks for Lane, is it? It's probably Special Brew.
So Sam's obviously got damage from the incident we see right near the start of the race.
Yep, as has Ant. There's a few cars with damage, to be fair.
This battle has been going on for a few laps.
Yeah, I think Igor's going to absolutely have this because he seems very quick. He didn't qualify quick, but he seems very quick. Did he put a qualifying lap in? I'm not sure he did.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, if I'm honest.
No. So Braden Sagasa has also had some sort of issue because he's a lap down now as well.
He's disconnected.
Oh, he's gone, has he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yep, I've looked down now.
Yeah, we got Mr. Samsel out and Sagasser and...
Yeah, I don't think Ryan Samsel took the start.
Oh, okay. Victor Skillback is still in the pits, apparently.
Yeah, with his brother Vincent.
Nikolai's also pointed out something...
What did I say?
Victor.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Sorry, has anybody else's YouTube stream done a full-on disastrous fail?
No, mine's still running.
No, mine says an error occurred.
My YouTube's okay.
It must be my connection. Nikolai's pointed out that number 11 and number 24 on the relative both say woo.
Who's the other woo? Oh, yeah, Lewis Woodall.
Hey, Lane, congratulations on the new grandchild.
I don't see how that's an excuse to not race. It's not like he did anything, is it?
Well, he's got to get the glue and the glitter ready so he can play.
Oh!
Whoa!
That was...
That's what happened to Woo.
Yeah, that was out on the sticks.
Wow.
I'm going to reload YouTube.
You know,
mine's not doing
as much time we have in these cars, you know darn well when it gets away from you, boy, it's so hard to recover this car. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, it's a beast to control at the best of times, and they have improved it. You know, the tyre model. So you can stamp on the brake and it'll straighten the car up, which is the opposite to a front-wheel drive car. Obviously, you stamp on the gas and it straightens the car up. But it's still a monster to control.
This is like walking on eggs driving this car.
Yeah, I agree with Elvis. YouTube is horrific tonight. I've reloaded mine and it's still buffering, so just put up with it, folks. If you're also having trouble. Oh, someone's engine. Tommy Toe has blown his engine.
What was that, on a downshift?
Yeah, massive downshift. I think that's going to be him done because that's usually a 17-minute repair.
Hang on.
Not much of a downshift.
No.
Huh.
He was heading into Cunningham, wasn't he? And that is a second gear corner, so I think he's just dropped it too soon.
It doesn't seem
Oh, here we
like...
go.
Whoa! Wide
for
for
the lead.
Mr. Walker.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is on. He's done him.
Wayne
Good
is
effort,
clear
Wayne.
so far. Wow. Good job, Wayne.
Now it's buffering.
Right.
So yeah, we are having technical issues tonight by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think the YouTube server in general is having problems if we're all seeing it badly. I thought it was just me at first, but...
Well, mine is fine. Maybe it's over in your neck of the woods, guys.
Possible, yeah. They do tend to spend more money on tech in America, don't they? So,
I don't know about that.
Tommy Toe has been in the pits and is now on his way back out again, I think.
Yeah, Marco Lewert in the meantime has dropped Igor a bit and is now putting Gary Craig under pressure.
Yeah, let's hope there's some clean passes because Igor is so close to Marco, and if they get close to Gary, they're going to bring that tension to him as well. So let's see what happens. I didn't know we had a knighted person in here. So Ian Malone, his name is Sir Ian Malone.
Yeah.
Wow.
So don't forget, folks, when you see him on screen to doff your hat or give him a nod or a curtsy or whatever's most appropriate to you.
And I think just from the chat there, Bill picked up on it earlier. Congratulations to Lane O'Connor, who's become a granddad again this afternoon. How many is that now, Lane? I've got number 2 due in April. And yes, Stacey, you can blow your engine.
Yeah, it's not always possible in all the cars because a lot of them don't let you downshift. So they've got the stability management systems inbuilt and other engine assists to stop you doing that. But this car has no assist at all. There are other cars in that category, and you have to force it into the gear manually if you want to do that. And yes, you can blow your engine.
This is probably the most common car on the iRacing service that can kill you.
Yeah, and John Redwine clearly races real cars in real life because he says it's a lot cheaper if you do it in iRacing.
Amen, brother.
Someone's got a smiley face helmet. Who's that in front of Dennis Fedorov? Oh, that is Sir Ian Malone. Right, so Ian's got a smiley face helmet.
I used to use, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Sir Ian.
Yeah, well done, Sir Ian.
I just bowed. Is that wrong?
That's not the same when you're sitting down, though, is it?
Who says I'm sitting down? Can you see
You're
me?
a lazy git. You're always sitting down.
Yeah, fair enough. So, your top 10 at the minute is Wayne Sanderson, who leads by nothing over James Walker. They've got a 4-second gap back to Brian Borg, the tennis player, and then Jamie Machado is in 4th. We've seen him quite a lot. He's very handy. Then Marcus Blett, followed by Richard Tam. There's 4 seconds back to Richard Tam. And then you've got Gary Craig, who you're watching on your screens at the minute, who's got nothing at all over Marco Lewert at the moment. And Igor has dropped back somewhat in 9th from the back of Marco Lewert. And then Sam Devantier in 10th, who we're used to watching quite a lot.
Yeah, interesting with Gary. So we had 2, 3, 4 laps of Igor and Marco battling, and Gary didn't manage to pull a gap on them. So I think Gary, he's obviously doing very well. He's up there in 7th, but I think he might be the cork in that little bottle there.
Yeah, and I think if you see Marco get anywhere near him, I think Gary will pit, because this is a one-stop race, isn't it?
Yeah, and after those 3, it's another 6 seconds back to Sam. So Gary may look. We know Gary's a sensible racer, so
Yeah.
Gary may look at it.
He might not have to. He might not have to.
No.
It was nudged into that corner.
Yeah.
If I was gonna put my money on that.
Well, we also have a car out there.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah. Hello. Goodbye.
Is that netcode or was that?
Looks a bit Cody, didn't it? But
Yeah.
We also have a car out there running stealth, no lights on. I don't know how they do that, but
That does look netcodey.
that didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Don't know whether we'll know from there what we're watching here.
Brian Borg.
This is Brian Ball.
Is this live? Have I just not pressed the button?
Brian is
Yeah.
putting the moves on James Walker too, trying to get
Yeah.
by.
So
He should be Johnny Walker.
Yeah, I've just figured out that Lane's specialist subject in Mastermind is stating the bleeding obvious, which is you can also blow your engine in some cars with radiator damage.
True.
That's Tyler
What did I say?
Lane. I know we blame Lane for everything.
We do,
You know,
yeah, but that
global
was Tyler.
warming,
Yeah,
COVID.
sorry, Lane. And just down to Stacey. Well, I've never told anybody that I've taken any dresses off.
Who is that running with no lights in front of Wayne Sanderson?
That'll be
That is
Vincent,
Skillbeck.
because he's not had any front on his car for the whole race.
That's so cool. Look at that. Still.
It's actually about 3
I love
foot
that.
shorter than it should be, isn't it?
And also, cheating.
You can
Well, it
certainly-
is.
You can certainly see the camber on the front wheels, though.
Yeah, it is cheating. It weighs less. It's got like air cooling.
Oh, he moved way out of the way too. Wasn't that nice? Now he can't see a damn thing.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he's got taillights though.
Brian Ball was quite a way behind these two, wasn't he?
He's catching James. He's had a couple of shots at James Walker. I think he's sizing him up. We haven't talked about Jamie Machado much. He's about over 5 seconds back. He's running nicely in 4th place. Kind of all by himself, basically.
Yeah,
Right.
he's another one of those drivers, isn't he? That you don't tend to mention, and then you look up at the leaderboard and think, well, where did he come from?
Yeah. Big lockup there by Dennis Fedorov. There with Sir, or was that?
We got people in the pits.
Yeah, leaders in.
Brian Borg has followed him.
Yeah, James Walker, Jamie Machado have stayed out.
Yep.
Now, they've not been paying attention lately, have they? Because early pit stops make winners.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Uh,
Gary Craig stayed out as
stayed
well.
out.
That's unusual. I thought it'd be straight.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know, because Marco's dropped back from him, hasn't he, by
Who's that coming in?
3,
Dennis
4
Fedorov?
seconds. Yeah, Dennis Fedorov straight through, Ben Cullen straight through. So the only ones that have pitted are Wayne, Brian, Marcus, Igor, and Sir
Ian.
Malone.
Sir Ian. Ant Woodward's in too. Did you mention that? If you did, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that one.
No, I didn't, because that would have meant that I was professional. It takes one to know one, Lane, yeah. and seeing as you are one of the stars of, who did we say Lane was in Only Fools and Horses? He just called me a plonker.
Wasn't he Trigger?
He was, yeah, he was Trigger. Yeah, you just keep that brush going for as long as you can, mate. That was a funny sketch, wasn't it? He got a prize for having a brush for the longest time.
I have to see if I can find that on any.
You have to, Bill.
You need to watch them, Bill. They are so fun, even now.
Yeah, ageless stuff, rite of passage. The one with the blow-up dolls is the funniest, in my opinion, but...
No, I like the chandelier
Now,
one.
is this an animated kind of show?
It's class, yeah.
No,
Sorry.
no, it's not animated. No.
No!
Oh, okay.
No. Oh, hang on, who's that bailing in? So, of course, we're going round again now, so I
That
think
was
that's
James Walker.
James
Yeah.
Walker's in.
Yeah.
Pitting from the lead,
Behind
obviously.
him, Jamie Machado.
Jamie Machado, yeah.
Yeah.
Richard Tam as well.
I wonder if Gary will carry on, because he's not got cars near him, so... Oh, no, he's in.
Perhaps
Here he comes. Yep, he's in now.
Is that the end of the fuel? Can't be, surely.
I wouldn't have thought so. Although Gary does tend to pit when he's got no fuel.
We're about halfway through the race, though, right?
Well, if that's the end of the fuel,
That
this
means
is
they
a
can't make
two-stopper.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
They might be
Stacey
sputtering on the
number
last
two.
lap.
Oh, yeah.
Good evening.
So the Woody fan club is here, Stacey
Yeah.
and Evie.
Stacey number 1 has obviously had a good week.
Yeah, she has. She was cheering me on the other day, and I came in 4th, so that's good.
I wonder if Martin came back because he left the building after crashing.
He did. He had a proper strop, didn't he?
Tommy Doe's called it quits as well.
Oh. Oh, well, I suppose he had a race-defining moment, didn't he?
Yeah. All right, that was who? That was
that-
somebody.
That was Brian Borg
Yeah,
going
he
past
got by James Walker. Yep.
Yeah,
Did he assimilate somebody?
he did.
Yeah. So, I think Ben Cullen is in 2nd, so clearly the timing screen's upside down.
Yeah, and I don't think that was the end of their fuel then, because we've still got Dennis and Ben, Andrew Hoffman, Ivan Bowmans, and a few towards the back that haven't pitted.
Lane O'Connor on the chat says I was Uncle Albert during the war.
Yeah.
So, are they going to pit this time? We really need... yeah, I suppose if they pit now, that is officially halfway.
Yeah, that's good
Dennis
in
is
half,
in.
isn't it? But Ben's
Ben
gone again.
has stayed out.
Does Ben know you don't get points for leading laps in this?
Oh, we've lost BJ Tidrick.
Okay, and it looks like that James Walker got by again, or is that Brian Borg? Not sure.
No, I think Brian Borg.
Oh,
is
that
still
might have
running.
been a replay we just saw.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Hoff's in the pits as well. He's doing all right today, actually. He's not binned it yet. Why is Denis Fedorov still in the pits? Was he low down anyway? I thought he was higher up than where he is.
He was mid-packy, wasn't he?
Wasn't he fighting it out with Sir Ian? Wasn't he? Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, his pit stop time isn't really any different to anybody else's, so...
Right, okay. Maybe I'm just...
No, in fact,
beyond
it's
it.
probably a wee bit quicker. So,
Right.
Yeah, he's one position above where he was. Ivan Bauman's is between Dennis and Sir Ian.
So I have a question. So
Go
James
on.
Walker... James Walker...
Get ready for this, folks.
Yeah. James Walker was the one-time leader of this race.
Yeah.
He's now in 3rd, and he's, well, call it 2 seconds off the lead. Has he been passed by Brian Borg in the pits or not?
No.
Or did I miss that?
No, on the track.
You missed that.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
That was an on-track legitimate pass.
I think it looked like it was James Walker's first lap. Sorry, dying. First lap out of the pits.
Yep.
Cold tyres, and he just got outbraked. I believe it was into the hairpin, but I've been asleep since then.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
You used all the track that time.
I
And Ben
definitely have.
Cullen is in.
Ben
Finally.
Cullen with his picture with a Belgian prize there. What's that picture he's got there today?
Oh, he's just been silly trying to get votes from Sam. I think
He's trying to crank up Sam, huh?
we all know there's no such thing as Belgian fries.
Let's drop that subject, okay?
So Wayne has got a second and a half. So
Yeah.
he's sitting pretty at the moment. Let's see if Brian can close that gap. I think in James Walker's shoes, I would probably just sit behind Brian and not put any pressure on him, and hope he drags me back up to Wayne.
Yeah, and just to answer Elvis on the chat, Igor has moved up 12 places since the start. That is pretty heavy going. He has got a quite handy I rating though. I don't know whether you guys can see that. No, you can't. He's no slouch clearly because his I rating is quite high. In fact, James Walker and Gary Craig are way above where they should be when you look at the I ratings around him, if you know what I mean. Have you seen that, Clyde?
Yeah.
I mean, the strength of field isn't going to be massive because there's some people in there with what I would consider to be very low I ratings, but there's some astronomic ones in there as well.
Yeah, Brian Borg obviously
Brian
number
Borg.
one with his 5.2.
5.2k. I mean, I raced against someone in Indy Pro the other week with a 6.9k. I don't even know what that car looked like because I didn't see it the whole race.
You don't get a window licker split in that then?
No. Well, you get the window lickers in with the gods, so.
You're right. Just watching the gap, Sanderson to Borg. He's not making any major inroads into it at the moment.
No, it's staying pretty static, and I think that's because James Walker's on his sixth, isn't it?
Yeah,
only half a second off him.
It's fluctuating between 1.3 and 1.7 seconds at the moment.
I reckon there's a Richard Tam move coming here in the very, very short future.
Yeah, he's been working over Marcus Blitz pretty hard.
Yeah.
Marcus has got a better drive out of that corner, though.
Sure did.
Actively.
It's a tough corner to get out of, too.
He's getting 2/10 on him just there.
This one can kill you. You gotta watch out on this one. Go off the side here.
So we need to ask Marco Lewert if he's ever going to beat his teammate.
Yeah, we have to do that. Because he's how many? He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places ahead.
You do realize he's an engineer. You're going to get a synopsis of the whole thing.
Yeah, proper scientific.
And
tearing to pieces of all logic.
That gap at the front, guys, is peaking down.
1.2 now. We'll keep an eye on that as we go forward. But Brian Borg is the... Sorry, go on.
I was just saying that could get tasty up front.
Yeah, Brian Borg is the bubble in the spirit level there because he's moving away from James Walker and towards Wayne Sanderson. So maybe he's the one with the performance at the moment to upset Stacey's night.
Got the best lap of the three of them last lap.
Yeah, Richard Tam very wide at Sunset, and it's hard to keep the car stable.
Yeah, Brian's also got the fastest lap of the race. He's the only guy in the 201s
Yeah, if I was to put my money on someone, it'd be Brian Borg right now. I think he's lining it up. We're on lap 16 of 24. He's got plenty of laps left.
Just got to be careful try not to get any boo-boos, because that'll end his night.
So Tony Kloosterman has been allowed a tea break.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he seems to be backing James Walker.
Sorry, James.
Yeah. So expect James in the pits in the next 2 laps with massive damage.
Yeah, Tony's sticking up for the Maple Leafers. What the heck, you know? Hey.
There's not that many of them, is it? They got to stick together.
Well, and Richard Tam is one too. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So here's a question: why is Jeremy Rogers chatting on the chat and not racing in the car?
He says he's full of Thanksgiving turkey.
God, do you know what?
That was early on in the night, that.
Yeah.
Glad you read the chat, Clyde. Thanks for that. Oh, hang on, that's wide. That's Brian Borg.
That is.
Whoa, baby.
Now, that's not bad because you can get a really good drive off.
You can't you? Yeah. Sometimes that is a lot better than it actually looks.
I've been in the situation where I've gone, well, that's that knackered then, and then you look down and you've not lost any time overall because you get the drive off.
He didn't really look like he had bended, but boy, he held on to it well.
That gap is down to 3/4 of a second. This is on.
The burner.
Yeah. Stacey is slowly cursing Wayne minute by minute because he's down to a 5-second lead.
And she did all caps. Come on, Wayne. Oh boy.
For the 3 of you that haven't given us a like so far, if you could, we'd appreciate it.
Did you see the comment Sam put in our chat by any chance?
I don't read his messages.
No, no, do I. Don't take any
This one is a pretty good one, I think.
Go on then.
No, I'm not going to say it over the air. Take a look at it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Spoiler.
It's the amount of viewers that we got.
All right, okay.
Hey.
Oh, right, 20,000.
That's right.
That'll do.
We're getting there.
Whoa, Eagle.
No. Oh, dear, sorry if I deafened you, but that was, that made me jump. So that's Igor. We'd have to see all of that again before I say anything. Oh, he's lost it on his own, look.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Was he trying to make a move on Gary there?
No, but...
The overhead shot would be nice.
Yeah, here we go.
He's miles behind.
Which is why I think he's on his own when he does it.
He really charges in there.
Yeah, he's getting too much speed.
And then Marco Lewert collects
Marco
him.
Lewert dotted the eye.
Marco had no option. The car was right in his way. That was always going to be like that. And were you? Did you broadcast on a race around here with me in it where that happened to me and I had to hit the car in front? I can't remember now.
That doesn't really narrow it down much, Pete, because you always hit the car in front.
Yeah, there's always something. So, anyway, it sounds familiar to something that I did on this track in the same place not that long ago. Anyway.
And something I was just about to mention, but Elvis had beat me to it. Yes, it was your fault, mate, because you was telling us how well he was doing.
Yeah, it's true. And that means that Gary, at the minute, has got 7 seconds over the car behind him, which is a comfortable lead at this point.
The lead, boys, is on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. 0.32 of a second. Stacey's cursing has managed to align planets now. So here we go.
And if this battle rages, James Walker's going to be back in this as well.
Yep.
That was a lovely line through there from Brian Borg. That was a thing of beauty.
I think Wayne's going to get assimilated here.
Yep.
Is that going to hurt?
And James Walker's gonna he's in that 1 second bubble that says if anything goes wrong in front, he's a winner here.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, hit each other. I don't care.
He's that far behind, sorry, that he can see any accident with enough time to get out of the way and be close enough to take advantage of it.
He's actually a good distance back, I'll tell you. It's probably
perfect.
pretty smart. Yep.
Here we go. Nope,
Oh,
not
he's
yet.
looking.
He is looking. Lane's saying someone's shredding his tyres, but I don't know who. I think it's Wayne.
Nah, it's the VTS guy.
Who? Marco?
Yeah, I think.
Or Marcus, one of the two.
I think the crash Marco.
Right, okay.
Because the command came up just when we saw the crash at the airpin.
Right, Brian's crawling all over the back of Wayne now.
Yeah, and James is starting to get close.
Yeah, he's taking 3/10 out of these guys.
I think he smells blood back there.
I think he wants to leave a bit of a gap, to be honest, because these guys are going to be on it.
I agree. Looking inside.
Oh, he's
This is-
thrown it down the inside
Wow.
there. That was a hell of a move.
That was
a gutsy
brilliant.
move. That was gutsy. Wow.
And I was literally going to say, he needs to get this done quickly, because as soon as James catches him, he's in that horrible position where he can't make any funky moves because he could end up coming out of it third.
True, and Brian Borg's going to have trouble getting away now because this car is really good in a slipstream. So when they get on the back straight, he's going to get done again, I think. Unless he can get away in these twisty bits coming up the S's here.
Yeah, James Walker could go from being his worst enemy to his best friend if he can get pressure on Wayne.
Wayne, yeah.
That's going to let Brian get away up the road.
This is Lamont. And now he's going to get... Oh, he's got a good line through there, Wayne, hasn't he? Right, so this could be back on again by the time we get to the end of the... is it Ullman? Phil?
Yep, Ullman. Yep, Ullman
Yep.
straight.
The red sunset.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with this car.
Go on.
That you don't get that extra overspeed from the toe till right near the end of the straight.
Right, okay, yeah, fair enough, yeah. That is true.
Unless you are, right up there, Chuck, as you come out of the corner. Oh,
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
That's right, folks. Clyde's sphincter just tightened up.
I actually shut my eyes then. It was that
Wow.
close.
He was close to that wall, I'm telling you.
And that's right, folks. Clyde doesn't know the role of a commentator. You need to be able to see what happens to commentate on it.
Yeah, he pulled out a little gap through that complex just then.
Thanks to the people that have put the likes in. All are appreciated.
That was me.
What, you pressed like, did you?
Yep.
Did you? Oh dear, that's funny.
I'd like, if Sam can find it, I'd like to see the change of lead from above, because that looked like a fantastic yeah, I'm just going to follow you through the corner. Ha ha! Tricked you, sort of move. We've lost Ant Woodward somewhere as well.
Oh. Yes, we have.
Go. Nice move. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
And to give Wayne his dues there. He could have turned in.
He could have done. He could have shut the door. He could have done a bump, anything, but he didn't. Look at that. He was even defending.
Yeah, a bit late.
I'll tell you,
Bit late, yeah.
It's miraculous he made that corner.
Tremendous. Look at that. How did he get it stopped?
That's what I mean. Wow.
That's incredible. Racecraft, that's not the same as Racecraft.
No, we went through that last
Have we done this
time.
already?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I was thinking the same thing, Pete.
Yeah. So Wayne's not getting away. He's still got. Sorry, Brian's not getting away. He's still got
Oh, that's
Wayne
what happened
nailed
to
to him.
Ant. There's Ant. He went off.
Where? Oh, right, yeah.
What was that? A goodbye flash, or what was that?
I don't know.
Or was it code?
Probably. It was probably SOS or something in Morse code or something. Yeah, Elvis is right. It takes two good drivers to race like that and not touch.
Yeah, you couldn't go side to side like that with Jimmy Savile, could you?
Oh dear. Oh dear. We've just found a new low.
It's not our series, we don't care.
And we don't get the iRacing race of the night, do we ever?
No.
So, Igor is now plus 10. He's in 10th place. So he's still doing fantastically well. He's dropped a couple of places along the way. So your top 10 at the minute is Brian Borg currently has a half a second lead, which is what you see on the screen, over Wayne Sanderson, who Stacey's cursed. Then they've got about a second back to that man there, James Walker. And then Jamie Machado is about an hour, also known as 10 seconds, back down the road. Marcus Bletz is absolutely in his boot lid. I'm not sure why we're... yeah, we are. Watching that. Richard Tam is stuck to him. That's the one I was meaning. In 6th place. Gary Craig's in a bit of a bubble, I think, in 9th place. Sorry, 7th place. And then Sam Devantier is not far behind him.
Yeah, Sam has pulled about 4 seconds on Gary so far.
Yeah, and then
so
9th
I
and
think-
10th is these two here in front of you now, which is Igor and Marco. They are absolutely thrashing it out.
Yeah, Gary's going to come under some pressure soon from Sam. Wayne is now under pressure from James Walker.
Yeah, big time. And he's going to have that done.
He is, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Another one. It's like carbon copy. Richard Tam and Marcus. He's not letting that go.
Sam Devantier's got past Gary Craig there.
Yeah, he's let him go. Or did he let him go? I'm not sure he did.
I didn't hear that comment from Gary. If I'm honest.
Gary said, I didn't realise you were that close.
Ah. My stream has just died.
All right. Mine's all right at the minute, funnily enough.
I've got an error occurred. Please try again later.
That's what I had before. If you just close it.
Yeah, I've just reloaded it.
Yeah.
It's away again.
I don't know what Lane's referring to. It might be my commentary about that was so bad. Because the racing tonight, it's been really good, actually.
Yeah, messy first lap. But after that, we've seen some fantastic racing.
Yeah.
And we've only got this lap and one more to go.
Is it already gone?
Yep.
Good God. Elvis says he's been watching on Twitch, but commenting on YouTube. Which is a novel way to go about it, so that's good.
Right, so what battles have we got then?
We've got Jamie Walker and Wayne Sanderson. which is the one on your screen right now. And we've also got Richard Tam and Sam Devantier.
Yeah, I fear that Walker Sanderson is done and dusted, but Wayne has proved me wrong in the past. Yeah, and that comment you just put on there, Sam, is an absolute lie, because Pete had his Viagra paint on Wednesday.
I did. I've got it up all the time now.
Yeah, Lane O'Connor just mentioned Stacy about the tires on Wayne Sanderson's car. I was just going to mention that I think the early stop bit him tonight.
Andrew Hoffman still trying to keep ahead of Sir Ian Malone.
Okay, white flag is out. We are on the final lap, or the leaders are anyway.
Andrew Hoffman's done a pretty good job tonight.
Yeah, he's kept it clean, hasn't he?
Yep. And in the dark, no less.
Sebring is great in the dark, though, isn't it? At least on this track, you've got the cat's eyes by the side of the road.
Yeah. There's plenty more where that one came from, Lane. Don't you worry.
Yeah. I realise what he's meaning now. That was the one where he was... That was so bad. It was the Savile joke. Sorry, still laughing.
So, yeah, obviously Brian Borg has got a 3-second gap now over James Walker. Wayne Sanderson is a further second back, so that's done and dusted.
The only one that's on, really, is Richard Tam, and is it Sam Devantier?
No, there's a big
is it the other way?
There. Yeah, it's Richard Tam chasing Marcus
Blett. Yeah. We've got
they've been doing that all race, haven't they?
Wow. They have, yeah.
Somebody was just wide there.
I think it's a lapped car. Brian Borg making his way through Le Mans and onto the Ullman Straight, flashing his lights.
He's celebrating already.
Yeah, James Walker flashing his lights.
Well, he put the hammer down when it counted.
He'll get back on the gas. I don't know whether he's available to come into the chat and be interviewed, but
I think he did last time, didn't he?
Did he? Oh, yeah. Well, brilliant. So, congratulations, Brian Borg.
Jeez, wow.
Brilliant result. James Walker.
Second, Wayne Sanderson. Podium finish. Good job, Wayne. And Jamie Machado somewhere. There he is. Okay, in 4th place. He probably wondered where the heck the rest of the cars were during that race. Yeah, that's it. Start a grass fire. Fireworks. Good idea. Good performance by Marcus Blett and Richard Tam. Excellent. 5th and 6th place. Sam Devantier, Gary Craig. Good job, Gary.
Yeah, good job, Gary. That's going to get him a bag full of iRating.
Igor Zavitsky in 9th. Marcus Lewerth 10th. Dennis Fedorov 11th. Where's Ben coming? Come on, Ben.
Oh, he's getting there. He's getting there.
He's coming.
Yeah,
okay.
He's on his way.
There he comes.
Sunsets.
Ben can land in 12th place with his fries and instead.
There you go. Bit of flashing light.
The chips.
What?
Here comes Andrew Hoffman to finish in 13th. Good job, Andrew. Well done.
Yeah, Yeah, Michael Campbell in 14th, somebody that we didn't really mention during the race.
No, it's almost like he stealthed in. I don't recognise the name at all, but well done.
And Sir Ian Malone.
Malone, yep.
It's a good one.
Justin Webb comes home 19th. I believe we're just waiting on Ivan Batmans to come home in 16th. Okay, so we have got the official result. Brian Borg takes home the win. Second place on the podium for James Walker. Wayne Sanderson takes the third step. Jamie Machado in fourth. Marcus Bletz fifth. Richard Tam sixth. Sam Devantier in seventh. Gary Craig eighth. Igor Zavetsky in 9th, Marco Lewert in 10th, and Dennis Fedorov in 11th. Ben Cullen came home 12th, Andrew Hoffman 13th, Michael Campbell 14th, Ian Malone in 15th, Ivan Batmans in 16th. And then further laps down, we had Jason Lashua in 17th, Vincent Skilbeck, who we see was in the wars, in 18th, Justin Webb 19th, and Woodward 20th, BJ Tidrick in 21st, Tommy Toe 22nd, Lewis Woodall 23rd, and your final finisher was Braden Sagassa in 24th. So, gentlemen, let me find whatever I've done with Discord. There it is. I found it. And I suppose, Pete, we better bring in our winner, Mr. Brian Borg. Welcome to the booth. Over to you, Pete.
Good evening, Brian. How are you doing?
Good morning for me. Good evening to you guys.
yeah, totally. What time have you got over there?
It's 8:20 at the moment.
Yeah, that's nearly dinner time.
I know, yeah. That's like the middle of the day at least, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So you started second, you finished first, and it was dead easy, right?
I had to work for that one, boys. Seriously.
Your overtake was amazing. The chat was filled with people saying that was a brilliant overtake, and it was.
That was impressive. I have to say that was wonderful.
Class. Wow. From where you were, it looked like it wasn't on, and then you, I guess, let off the brake, rolled it forward, and still managed to stop it.
Yeah, well, I assessed the lap before how he was under braking. I never go for the move on the first lap, so I'm sort of giving my secrets away here. But I think
we won't tell anyone. Honest.
Yeah, please don't. But I think you know, some people just go for the move straight away, and you know, you don't really know what's going to happen. I like to just wait a bit. So when I realized how he was going to defend the position, I realized what I needed to do and how I needed to do it. It wasn't easy though.
You certainly made it look easy, but we all appreciated exactly how difficult that was. I did some practice earlier, and I can say that I was nowhere near your times. Well, I was fairly near your last lap time, but that was all. And it's not an easy track to race in this car, is it? Because when you disturb the car, it wants to spin off and spit you out, and sunset's a bit of a challenge every time because the ground's uneven, etc. How did you find it tonight in the dark?
Yeah, look, the transition when it goes from like obviously light to dark is a little bit they need to work on how it actually goes to dark, because that throws you off a bit.
10
But,
minutes, isn't it? Bang, gone.
yeah, it's like, mate, what happened? Did a power blackout or something?
Yeah.
But but it my tires. I found my tires were the problem at the start and after the pit stop. They didn't switch on straight away. It took a couple laps to get going.
And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you need to drive a bit of temperature in there. We're just watching you going wide at turn 1, which you'll be appreciating a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
What was your pit strategy? Was it cut it in half? Was it pit early? I can't remember where you pitted now. 16. You pitted a bit later than everyone else.
Yeah,
didn't you?
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Well, it was trying to get back up to the leaders, and as soon as I seen the leader pit, I'm like, I know how much the undercut really helps around here. So it was pit when he pits, and lucky enough, I came out, pretty much with him. And then on the next lap, I forget his name, but he came out just in front of me. I was spewing, so I knew I had to make that move done straight away.
I think that was James Walker, wasn't it?
It was,
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And it to be honest, a lot of the time when we commentate on the broadcast of the top split, the front of the field, the top of the field, there's someone that disappears off, and we're commentating on the lower positions. Tonight, we couldn't move the cameras off of you guys because it was so tight for so long. So thank you very much for the entertaining racing. It's been very close all night. And is there anybody you'd like to have a shout out to or to thank before we let you go?
Well, Pete, I wouldn't be doing my job if I wasn't putting a show on for the viewers.
Absolutely.
So
well said.
It's up to me to make mistakes, and it's up to me to do silly things in the race to make it interesting. So or put that aside. I never want to make any mistakes, but yeah, it's the way it goes, and if it's interesting, that's better for you guys. And for Racecraft, who's on my car, and all the sponsors who are on my car, my team. Obviously, we had a big night last night. 1 o'clock in the morning, we finished at this track, so we had an endurance. So I should be not making mistakes, but that's the way it goes.
It is. We could do with people like you in V8 ESC all the time, mate. It's been great to watch you race. Fantastic victory. I'm sure you'll benefit loads from the iRating that you gain from that. Congratulations, Brian Borg.
Well done, Brian, matey.
Yeah, cheers, Pete and Bill. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the broadcast. Well done.
Okay, so we've got a crap load of interviews to get through.
I think it's the whole field, actually.
I think you could be right. So let's bring in our second place finisher, James Walker. Welcome to the booth.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem at all. So you was going to win, then you wasn't going to win, then you was winning again, then you wasn't winning. You three at the front there put on an absolutely fantastic show. Tell us about it from your point of view.
I wasn't really expecting it being that far up. This is my second V8 race I've ever done. I was just hoping, make it to the finish. So I was driving really conservative, making sure I wasn't blowing through any brake zones.
Clyde.
And
Hold on. You've only driven this car twice?
Yeah, we hate you.
I feel
we
the
hate
same,
you.
Pete. Don't worry.
Oh my goodness. You are a wizard, pal. Let me tell you. Wow, that's incredible. That's really good.
First one was last week at Road Atlanta.
So you've you've obviously got some natural talent in there, and you're obviously taking to the car. As it's only your second race, does this mean that we're going to see James Walker in the V8 a lot more often?
I mean, hopefully, yeah. like to do more races, a full season.
And how have you found the car? Because we see lots of people that jump in the car, don't give it the time it deserves, tell us it's broken, it's rubbish, and all the rest of it. But you're one of the few that seems to have, I wouldn't say mastered it yet, but obviously your results are way above where they should be.
I drove the Porsche Cup car a lot in the last year, and I find a lot of similarities between this car and the Porsche Cup car. Long brake zones. You gotta be like smooth on throttle. So I think that's transferred over here.
And that's obviously, like you say, it's helping you with the car. So we've got a lot of interviews to get through tonight. So before we let you go, James, any shout outs? Bear in mind, a certain Mr. Tony Kloosterman has tipped you from the top. So it may be worth giving Tony a shout whilst you're thanking people.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Tony for racing this. This is kind of why I raced it. I wanted to beat him.
I can tell you how to beat him, but we'll do that privately.
I like to thank my teammates, Richard, Tommy, Sam. We were all working to do setup stuff and practicing. Yeah, I like to thank my personal team, Total Downforce Racing, and yeah.
Excellent. Well, it's been a pleasure having you in the booth. Congratulations on your second place finish, and hopefully we'll see you again sometime soon. James Walker.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've also got our third place finisher for you, Pete, Mr. Wayne Sanderson.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good. You guys?
Yeah, not bad. We've just been fully entertained by you guys. And that Borg fella, he needs a sniper, doesn't he?
No, it was great. It was great fun racing with him.
It was pretty frantic at the front. Like I was saying to Brian, often there is someone who disappears off in the front and we never see them. And we spent most of the time... sorry, I'm just watching Clyde's comments to me on Discord, and it's it's easy to be distracted. So I'm going to change that channel. Just give me a second. There we go. It's all gone now. So yeah, we usually see someone disappear off into the distance. Not so tonight. We were glued to the front of the field, and it was all action for you, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit surprising, really. Qualified well. Got off to, I guess, a reasonable start with Brian and James. Didn't really expect to take the lead, to be honest with you, but I wasn't going to pull away. I knew Brian was certainly going to be probably quicker than me, so that's why I sort of pitted as early as I thought I could, so I couldn't get undercut and hopefully maintain track position, which I did, but he was good enough to beat me on track anyway, so it didn't really matter in the end.
Well, yeah, there is that. And that James Walker, you'll be glad to know that's his second race in this car.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that pleases me no end.
Yeah, I was so chuffed with it. I didn't say I hated him at all.
Yeah, we had to stop the interview right away. That was unbelievable. Come on, second time? Jesus.
Not natural is another phrase that I use, but I don't think anybody heard it. So, yeah, you got beaten by people who were absolutely astonishingly good, to be honest. Any other standout moments for you before we ask you to thank the whole world, including us?
No, not really. I mean, the whole race was really entertaining for me, and I didn't mind finishing third, to be honest, because I just had a good time throughout. So thanks to Brian and James for that. Want to thank Foggy for the set this week, and I forgot to mention Lane the other day as well. So, a lot of my success has to do with Lane as well. So I just thought I'd throw that in there as well. And congratulations to you guys for 20,000 views.
Yeah, good. You wouldn't believe it with all the pictures of people yawning and things like that everybody's thrown in my direction in the booth right now. So the professionalism extends itself no further than Clyde's lack of sense of humour. So anybody other than that you'd like to thank, or do you just want to get
You
out
guys
of
for
this
the
booth?
broadcast, obviously, and
Hey,
XVR,
there you go.
XVR as well for the team support. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, spot on. And thanks a lot, Wayne, our third place finisher for tonight.
Well done,
Cheers.
Wayne. Good job.
Thanks, guys. See you.
That last picture is class.
So who have we got next? Have we got Jamie? No. So let's bring in our fifth place finisher, Marcus Blitz. Welcome to the booth.
Good morning, guys.
So you'll have to excuse Pete. He's I don't know what he's doing at the moment, but I think he may have something stuck somewhere that he shouldn't have. So we see you in plenty of action tonight. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, actually, the start was quite good, and on the hairpin there was the big mess, and I was on the outside, which was good. I got through, and so I was in a good spot. I think P5 from that point on, and then after the pit stop, I had some traffic, so I was stuck in traffic. So there were some problems coming up.
And we saw that I think you had a really good. I can't remember who it was. Was it? No, sorry, that was Marco with Igor. You was racing Richard Tam a lot, wasn't you?
Exactly. Richard was. It was really intense fighting with Richard for the position. So he was building up good pressure, but at the end I was lucky to stay with P5 in the end.
We see your teammate Marco Lewert is in the chat, and one of the questions we're going to ask him tonight is he getting fed up with being beaten by you every time you two are on the same track? What's your secret over him?
That's a good question. No? Ask it your own. I no comment.
That's a very tactful answer, shall we say? We've still got plenty of interviews to get through, Marcus. So anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
There's some team members on the chat on YouTube, so greetings to the team BTS, to Marco for sure, and I'm going into YouTube now and waiting for the answer from Marco. Thanks, guys.
Excellent. Well, always a pleasure to have you in the booth, Marcus. Congratulations on your fifth place, and we'll see you next time out.
Thank you, guys. Sunday will be the next time.
Certainly will. Certainly will. Don't knock me off the track.
I'll do my best. See you.
See you later. Okay, so who can we bring in next for Pete? We have got our sixth place finisher, Richard Tam.
Good evening, Richard. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. So we saw you in close battles with Marcus, and I don't think Sam Devantier got near you by the end. I'm getting spammed by the guys in the booth now for being boring in the booth. So I'm going to scroll upwards so I can't see any of it. There you go. Makes it disappear dead quick. But ultimately, sixth place and 3 positions higher than where you started. That's a good result, isn't it?
That was very good. I'm really, really happy with 6. I thought that my pace was gonna be closer to 10th than a top 5, and fighting for a top 5 for basically, I guess, me and Marcus were kind of together the whole race. So I guess I was fighting for a top 5 pretty much the whole way through. So yeah, consider I actually had a little bit of a issue with the wheel that race. So I was kind of extra focused for this one because at a certain point I would kind of lose feedback. So it was a little scary there.
Yeah, I've had a few issues lately. with that, and it's really disconcerting when you suddenly have no force feedback and the steering goes super light and things like that. It's just not normal. Do you have any standout moments from the race?
I guess. Well, if I was able to make that outside move on Marcus work, and I forgot what lap it was. I think it was lap 21 or 22. I forgot which lap it was. I kind of went a little bit wide. He kind of went we were kind of, because he made a mistake early in the lap, so I was able to capitalize. But yeah, I think if I don't know if there's any one moment. I guess other than a decent start, because I'm pretty bad at the starts, and I guess just getting those early spots. Yeah, I just tried to drive like a cleanish race and just minimize mistakes, because I saw people behind me were kind of spinning, and there was obviously that lap 1 incident.
Were you in that? Were you?
No. I think
right,
lap 1.
okay.
Yeah. I think Sam went one way, I went the other way, and yeah, I guess I chose the right.
Yeah, Sam
way.
was definitely in it because he got left-hand side damage from about 3 cars. I think there was all sorts going on there.
Yeah, it was a little chaotic there, but I was kind of expecting it, so I knew I was gonna break a little early just in case.
Yeah, and sensible, to be fair, sensible. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your 6th place?
I would say James Walker. We practiced Tuesday, Wednesday. We did a race yesterday, so there was a lot of good running. And his iRating's low, but I'm pretty sure he'll exceed mine pretty quickly if he keeps.
If he takes like 89 iRating every time, then he'll be fine.
Yeah. I might have to ask him for the plus 100 iRating challenge. Let's see how many times.
Yeah, totally. One thing I need you to do before you go is, can you tell off the guys in the booth now, because I've had 15 messages spammed at me in the time that I've been talking to you. So if you can tell them to stop it, that'd be great.
Yeah, be nice. It's a Friday or a Saturday.
Yeah, Friday, yes.
Yeah, and don't forget, shout out to Sam. Sam had a great recovery drive. It's easy to get flustered, especially in lap 1, right? And it's early out there in Australia. And I guess unfortunate for Tommy, he builds a lot of setups for a lot of drivers as well. So it kind of sucks that he didn't get to do a race, especially since he doesn't really run too many Fridays because of work and stuff. So yeah, had to get all of that over with first.
Yeah, totally. Well, thank you very much, Richard Tam. It's been horrendously entertaining, and we look forward to seeing you in this strength of field race in the future.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so that was Richard Tam. So we're getting through them, guys. Next up, we have our favourite Australian, 7th place, Sam Devantier. Welcome to the booth. Lights are on, but nobody's home.
Yes, lights are on. Yes.
He's there.
You are really, really quiet.
There we go. Let's try that now. How about that?
That was a little bit better. Yes, definitely. So we see you. I think it was lap 1. We see you. Should we say in some trouble?
Yes,
but
trouble,
a good recovery drive after that. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. It could have been better. Could have been much better. But waking up at cuckoo early in the morning, it's great. Over here, it's great.
You know what, you Aussies, that's always your excuse.
I wouldn't call it an excuse, because yeah.
We were saying at the start of the race, the guys that we're used to seeing up the front there, Tony Kloosterman, Marco Nemela, Nicole Foggy, none of them were there tonight.
Yeah, they didn't show up. I'm surprised.
Well, we know Tony had an excuse. He was warned by his wife that he had to paint the house. But
Oof.
we said that, it was a chance for, somebody to win who we don't normally see up there. And I must admit that I personally put you up there in that bracket of somebody that could have won that race, but it wasn't
And not
to
being
be.
cursed. And not being cursed from last week.
Well, yeah, there is that, yeah. But is that fair to say? Is that one that got away? If you'd have had a better lap one, do you think you could have had a challenge up the front there?
It didn't help that I got off track on lap 1. That didn't help in my quali. So that didn't help. And then lap 1's always a mess. So personally, I don't like Sebring. I hate it. It's one of my worst tracks on the calendar. I don't like it. So it's not my favorite track. So even though it's a World War II base. So
Well, I like Sebring, but yeah, you could have done a lot better. But I do think,
thanks.
under the circumstances, I think 7th place was a great recovery drive. So at least,
Plus, I hate racing in the dark. I don't like the dark.
well, you should eat more carrots. That's all I can say. Or turn the brightness up on your screen, and then it's not dark anymore.
Oh, it's bright. It's bright. The lights are on. It's sunny outside. It's great.
Excellent. Well, we've still got a few to get through. So
Yes.
before we let you go, mate, anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Probably you guys. You do an awesome job of the broadcast every week. James Walker, I know he said he's 1-1 to me now because James Walker being James Walker from Canada. So Richard Tam being Richard, Canadians, and Tommy, better luck next time.
Excellent. Okay, Sam. Well, it's always a pleasure to have you in the booth, and hopefully we'll see you out on track again very, very soon.
Yep. See you guys.
Oh, he tried to do me then. He flushed himself. Right. So next, there's one for you. Let's get in our 8th place finisher, Gary Craig.
Evening, Gary.
Good evening.
Again.
Again, it feels like we were just here the other night.
It does, doesn't it? And that's because
it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. So Elvis, 50% of your fan club was in the chat tonight.
Very good.
He tried to curse you as often as possible.
Oh my God.
Apparently, it didn't work. Earlier tonight,
drinking the wrong rum, I think.
Yeah. Sorry. I need to scroll up because I don't know what it is that Claire's just posted, but it looks wrong. Anyway,
hand.
Is that a hand? Is it really? No, it just looks wrong. Anyway, so earlier tonight you were saying not to fussy about driving tonight again in the dark in the V8, and to be honest, I sympathise with you because it's not great in the light, to be honest. But 8th place, you were in 7th for quite a while. I think something happened with you and Sam when he passed you, and you kind of let him pass, but I'm not sure. And I think you must have bagged a huge amount of points. Was it like 40 or something?
It was 40. Yeah, 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. And Ellie didn't even bother tonight. I've been feeling not particularly great all week, and I didn't practice much yesterday, and I couldn't be bothered. And I kind of dragged myself along to it. And then, what did I get? About 12th on the grid, and then made up 5 spots in that first lap. Combination of making up a couple of spots and then that crash in front, and then had a lot of pressure from Marco for a long time. And yeah, I was surprised to be where I was. And then with Sam coming through, he was obviously quicker. On that run down to the hairpin, he had a much better run than me, so I moved across to the inside to cover it. But you can't really judge it so well when you got in the night time with a car behind you. And I basically moved across right in front of him, kind of blocking him unintentionally. I moved across to defend, but I just didn't realize he was already so close, and we had a 0x. So
right,
yeah.
okay.
So yeah, I didn't let him by then, but yeah, he got by at that point anyway. But yeah, he was quicker. I was slow in the first sector.
I heard your not apology, but your explanation that you didn't know he was that close while you were racing. But ultimately, your 4 places finished up from where you started. Igor was not far behind, really, and was who was he locking horns with? It was Marco Lewert for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah,
running wide poorly in the first sector there again on the replay.
Yeah.
I just couldn't go through there very well at all. So yeah, I had for a long time Igor was just behind Marco for that first half of that race until they must have had it coming together. So there was a lot of pressure for a lot of that race.
Definitely. And you must have been happy with 8th place. I mean, given the fact that virtually everybody around you was at 1,000 or 2,000 I rating more than you, you're in some prestigious company there.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, for a race where I nearly didn't bother doing it, it's a great result. And yeah, again, the strength of the field's just getting stronger and stronger. It's really good to see more people. There's some more people from the Americas here tonight. See Tommy and a few other guys. Some more Australians, it looks like. So we're obviously building a bit of a destination for people, I guess, who want to have another race in the V8.
Without a doubt, there is a lot more Australians in tonight, it has to be said. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you disappear?
Yeah, of course, you guys with the broadcast as ever. I'd like to thank Tommy, who's racing tonight, because I've been using his setups for the second half of the season, and I think they're really, really good, really stable for me. So thanks to him for doing that for setups for iRacing. That's dead handy. Of course, for the usual fan club for watching, and for everyone else who watches and races.
Brilliant stuff. Is that Tommy Toe, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay, that's cool. Evening, Tommy. If you're watching, probably not.
Well,
but no man.
you'll be speaking to him in a minute.
Will I?
Well,
is he in there? Oh yeah.
God, you're so observant.
I am entirely unprofessional, but not as unprofessional as the guys spamming me with images right now. So, thank you very much. 8th place finisher, Gary Craig.
Cheers, thanks, guys.
Okay, so
you guys are terrible. You know that. Absolutely terrible. Honestly.
Let's get in our 10th place finisher, and hopefully everything's working tonight. Marco Lewert, welcome to the booth.
Hello, can you hear me?
There we go. Yes, first time. How about that? So, Marco, there is one burning question that we need to ask. How fed up are you by keep being beaten by your teammate?
Yeah, last race I was in front of Marcus, if you remember. But in general,
that was a week ago. We've forgotten about that.
Yeah, but but in general, at the moment he's faster. I don't have an answer. Perhaps it's the change from GT3 to Supercar, and I need more practice.
Well, we asked Marcus the same question. How come he was getting the better of you? And he was very tactful and said that no comment, and he'll watch the broadcast to find out what Marco's answer is.
Greetings to Marcus. Yeah. So at the end, I would say it's your fault because of the GT3 series.
Oh, without a doubt, everything is my fault. No, it's not. It's Lane's fault. Everything is Lane's fault. We have to remember that.
Okay.
Seriously, tell us about your race. We see you in some fantastic battles, especially with Igor.
Yeah. The start was a little chaos. Then I was behind Gary for a long time, and then Igor was turning me around or was touching me, and then I think.
Do you want to rephrase that?
No. No. And after the pit stop, we were together again, and then Igor made a spin, and I crashed into his car. And since then, I had not the speed to follow, and all of them overtook me.
Yeah, we saw that. That was one of those unfortunate ones, wasn't it, where there was absolutely nothing you could do about it.
Yeah. Perhaps I could have brake or so, but I just saw the car and did not know what to do, and I could not. I think I could not avoid the crash, but
yeah, that was our thinking. I think on the chat, I think Pete mentioned that there was pretty much nothing you could do about that one. So you was down on speed. So would it be fair to say that being down on speed, you was happy with 10th place?
No, I was pissed.
That's a good answer. Good answer.
Yeah. But now it's okay again. But at the end of the race, I was pissed, and I was a little bit demotivated, and then in the last lap, I nearly got overtook by.
Dennis was behind you, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I'm not so happy with the result.
Okay, well that's fair enough. You can't be happy all the time, can you? But well, for me, 10th place is a dream. So that's as good as a win for me. We've still got Vincent to go. So before we let you go, mate, is there any shout outs you'd like to give? Obviously, you don't want to mention your teammate because he beat you.
We will see on Sunday if he beats me again. But on Sunday I will for sure be beaten by JT, but Jeremiah, he's always faster than us. But it's okay. So it's if someone is really faster, then it's okay. But if you're always a little bit behind, then you think, what can I do to get this tenths of a second or so? Greetings to our viewers. We have I think our teammates are watching, and some other people. I have seen that we have 20,000 views now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. And for sure, I thank you for the broadcast. And I hope we talk on Sunday again.
I'm sure we will. I hope I don't see you on track. I hope I am miles ahead of you.
You are driving on Sunday, yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yes. So
okay.
we will see you on track on Sunday. Always a pleasure to have you in the booth, Marco, and have a great rest of your evening. And we will see you on Sunday.
Same to you. See you on Sunday. Bye.
See you later. Okay, so 2 to go. Next up, we will talk to the man we see in the wars, running around with no headlights on his car. It is the one and only, our favourite Australian, Vincent Skilbeck.
That's only the 6th time we've said that tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's 100th one in here now.
Yeah, we're not supposed to say that.
It's like an Australian takeover now, this European thing.
It's getting like that, yeah. Welcome to the booth, Vincent.
Thank you.
Hey, right. So, lap 1.
Was that a bad Elvis impression?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know, but did it work?
No.
Okay. So
it was more like the Fonz.
Fonzie, yep. Fonzie.
Yeah, I can go with that. That's fine. I'm as cool as the Fonz. Why is the silence?
Sure.
So anyway,
hello.
Yeah. So Tower and you didn't mix, did you? Because you ended up spearing off to the right hand side of the track and hitting the wall.
Yeah, I still haven't actually had a look at that to see what happened, but yeah, I thought I gave enough room, and then all of a sudden I was spearing into the wall, so I have no idea what happened.
And,
I still, yeah.
Sorry, go on.
I still don't know what happened to the chicane either. I looked at the replay; it looked like net code, but I don't know.
I remember what happened at the chicane, to be honest. Remind me.
After Borgie's spin, I got tapped from behind just after Borgie, so I was like the second car that spun that actually managed to hit Sam.
Right, yeah, I remember that now. Yeah. So Sebring nighttime concrete track. How did you find that?
I've actually been on decent pace all week. If I'd not had the lap 1 stuff, I thought I would have had the pace to be up where Marco and that were around the top 5 area. So, but I enjoy Sebring, so it's good.
Yeah, and well, the statistics say that Sebring doesn't like you so much tonight because 18th from where you started. It's not great, but we understand why you were like that. Do you consider that driving around with no headlights, no front fender, no bonnet is cheating? Because your car's going to be lighter. It's going to have lots and lots of cooling to the engine. Well, you might not be able to see where you're going, but to be honest, it is cheating, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the stream now. Yeah, I can see I've got nothing on the front of my car, but when I was actually in sim, I actually had headlights, so I could see where I was going quite well.
Yeah, we don't believe you.
So yeah, after I went into the pits, I sat there for the good 5 minutes just to get my headlights back. If I didn't have the headlights, I would have just quit out.
I thought it was really creative riding around there without headlights. I thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, we saw that. Where did we see that, Bill? Was it Le Mans? There was someone rocking around without any light.
Ivan,
that was Ivan Batman's, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it? Yeah. Sorry,
I don't know how you could do that, but anyway.
I've just seen the GIF that Glad's posted in Discord, and it is very funny. Anyway, nothing to do with you. Just them trying to distract me enough that I'll be unprofessional, which is obviously not going to happen.
Sure.
To be fair, staying in the race and doing your 5 minutes or whatever it was of repairs has been enough to get you back into a reasonable position, hasn't it? So it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I'd just stay out and just cut laps just to make sure that I negated my iRating loss a little bit, which I still lost a lot. But yeah, it wasn't as much as what it would have been if I had just quit straight out. So, but yeah,
and it's been an interesting. Oh, go on,
Vincent. We didn't want to see the wheelie bins entry in the wheelie bins tonight, but yeah, hey, what can you do?
Yeah, a bit of bad luck, but on to the next one.
You've had some good results, and hopefully we'll see you back for the next few races. Anybody you'd like? Well, it's only one more after this, isn't it?
Yeah, only Tommy now.
Yeah. No, I don't mean that.
He's probably taking a nap by now.
Yeah, I mean one more race this official season. So,
yes.
So, anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Just you guys for the broadcast and all the guys at Wheelie Bins for all the fun times.
Cool. Nice to have you in the booth again. Always a pleasure, never a chore. 18th place, Vincent Skilbeck.
Catch you guys next week.
Okay, so last but not least, we have Tommy Toe. Welcome to the booth.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Not a problem. So, first off, there's been, I don't know whether you've been listening to the interviews or whether you'll watch them back, but there's been numerous drivers thanking you for your setups. So what happened to you? Can't you drive your own setups?
Well, the one I built is simply for them to simply use and adjust as necessary. This week I form more of an understanding with how dampers work. So, especially on a track like Sebring, where dampers where it's extremely bumpy, having a good dampening setup is extremely crucial to do well.
Yeah, obviously it's a bumpy track, isn't it? It's different surface changes. We know this car doesn't like changing directions at the best of times. So your setup work, is that all self-taught, or have you had a mentor teaching you how to build setups?
It's mostly self-taught, but I have had built setups before, so it pays to have that knowledge. It's that I just beginning to set up not just for the supercar as I believe last season. I've also started setting up for the Silver Crown car this season when Tanner McCullough suddenly didn't have time to build a set, so I took it upon myself to build some for the Silver Crown community along with Wayne Hutchison.
Excellent. That's always good to hear. So let's just touch on your race. Obviously, things didn't go to plan tonight. Where did it all go wrong?
It's funny you ask me that because my race was fine up until I shifted down too fast coming to Cunningham because I normally engine brake there. It just blew up. I shifted down too fast. It just blew up.
Right, yeah, I actually remember that now. We watched that on the broadcast, and obviously that's a fairly lengthy repair, isn't it, for a shortish race?
Yeah, it's just that was just too big to overcome. And even if I did wait to repair them all, it would be multiple laps down anyway. So there's no point in me going back out there.
Okay, well, obviously we appreciate you sticking around and coming in to join us in the booth. Before we let you go, because Sam's telling me he's running out of replays to show now. We've had so many interviews. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Richard Tam, James Walker for Actually Racing, Sam Devontier. Also, special shout outs to Young Lin and Jimmy Rogers. And a big shout out to setups for iRacing Discord. Because do you need setups for iRacing? Why not head over to setups for iRacing?
Well, that's not a bad idea. And I'll tell you what, we'll have a chat in the week and we'll see if we can get some advertising done for you.
That'd be interesting.
So brilliant. Okay, well, pleasure talking to you, Tommy. Apologies we had to leave you till last, but somebody's got to be last, and hopefully we will see you again, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you again.
Yeah, hopefully I'll race with you guys again.
Excellent. Well, you're always welcome. So 22nd place, Tommy Toe, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so the interviews were longer than the race. Personally, I thought that race was fascinating. I really enjoyed that top three battle, and there was very good sort of one-on-one battles down the field, Pete.
Yeah, sorry, I'm still laughing. Various things that you've sent in GIFs and pictures. I found that to be one of the most interesting, eventful, and fascinating races of the entire unofficial season. Official, unofficial, unofficial, official. One of those ways is the right way around. We've been fascinated by the front of the field, the middle of the field, and some of the racing down the bottom end of the field. And everybody's contributed a fantastic amount to the competitiveness of it. Lap one was a bit of a shunt fest, and often is. But after that, what a competitive race!
Yeah, and Bill, as Pete said there, lap one was a bit messy, but after that, there was some fantastic racing, some great moves. Interesting when we was talking to Brian, something that we or me especially, but we bang on about quite a bit on our broadcasts is the ability and the patience to sit behind somebody and find out where you are better than them and plan the move, which sounds like that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he certainly used his noggin there rather than his foot. He drove a hell of a race. Those three guys up front were fantastic. It was really a lot of fun watching them. I'm not really sure. The loneliest guy on the track, I think, was James Machado. I don't ever remember even seeing him in the track, but he finished fourth, so good for him. And the little battles, between the Bletz brothers, Marcus and the other guy. But anyway, no, it was really a nice race. It had a lot to offer. Like you said, relatively clean. There's a couple little dicey things, but hey, when you got 20 cars going to the same spot, especially at V8 Supercars, somebody's going to come together. It just happens. So I'm glad as many people showed up, and Sebring always gives you a gift one way or the other. So it was fun. Looking forward to next week.
Most definitely. Just trying to find out where we are next week. I think we're at another
Road
American track. Yeah.
Road America,
yeah. Sam, so, as we've just said, a little bit of mess on lap one, but then after that, you could concentrate on some pretty good racing.
Yeah, great race. The battle for first, second, and third was great, and they did put up a great show. And even battle for fifth, seventh, 10th, I think. Well, almost all over the field. It was great. Really great race, and I did really enjoy the chat after the race as well.
Well, it wasn't so much chat, was it? It was
abuse,
pictures,
abuse,
and just showing our love for Pete. Obviously,
you guys have a great library. I can't believe some of that stuff you got. Holy God, that's funny.
Right, so that was week 11 of the official iRacing Supercars Series and the Friday night European Strength of Field race. Coming up for you on BSTV, we are back in GT3 action on Sunday with the VRA GTCC from Spa.
What's he put?
I'm not even looking. On Wednesday, we have the final round of the GT4 TCR Challenge Series from Monza. And then, as the guys said, we are back for the final round of this series next Friday from Road America. So, as usual, we are busy. There's plenty of broadcasts coming up for you in the next week. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And make sure you join our Facebook page. And then you will never miss another one of our broadcasts. I have been Clyde Whiting. We have been BSTV. I'd like to thank Pete, Sam, and Bill for joining me in the booth. All the drivers that make these races so entertaining, and also to all the people that join in on the chat. It's something that we really appreciate. I shall say good night. Let the guys say good night, and we'll close the broadcast and see you next time. So good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Apart from all the people in the booth with me, apart from Bill. Bill was the only one that didn't contribute to the ridiculousness of the gifts that were fired in my direction. It's been a great night, and hope to see you on Sunday, because we get to laugh at Clyde racing, which is always entertaining, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was a great night. Really, we have a lot of fun doing this, and the racing is good as well. It's really enjoyable to be part of this team. We have a lot of fun, and it's a real gas, and looking forward to Sunday, and have a good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget, tune in on Sunday to see Clyde's crashing a lot.